You know, somebody wrote, and I forget who it was because I'd like to give him attribution. Abby Hoffman. Remember him? Big radical. Chicago 7, nut job. He says, exploit the hypocrisy. Exploit the gaps. And that's what Obama's trying to do here. Or as I write in Liberty and Tyranny, what the statist tries to do, damn, I wish I had a copy on my desk, is exploit imperfection. What he's doing is giving you a scenario of a utopian program, a promise that he cannot keep. Not only can't insurance companies do this, neither can the government. But he's telling you that he and the government can do it. And because your insurance company's imperfect, because they've made decisions that you don't like, some of them very adverse to you, he, Obama, and the government are going to step in and fix all that. We'll cover all pre-existing illnesses. And yet we know they won't. They're going to ration care. You have a heart problem and you're 100 years old? No pacemaker. Take some painkillers. That's rationing care. That's a pre-existing disease, but it won't matter when the government does it. We're going to cover all your preventive care. No, you're not. And yet he knows that's what you want. You want something for nothing. Here, something for nothing. No extra charges for routine checkups and preventive care. No extra charges for mammograms and colonoscopies. Anyone really believe that? Where the hell is this going to... Who's going to do this for free? Nobody. So where's the money going to come from? From you, like it always does. And if you're one of tens of millions who don't currently have health insurance, the second part of this plan will finally offer you quality, affordable choices. If you lose your job or change your job, you'll be able to get coverage. If you strike out on your own and start a small business, you'll be able to get coverage. You're not going to start a small business if you can't afford health care. You're not going to start a small business if you're paying 50, 60% in federal and state taxes. If your small workforce is unionized against your will and your employees' will, if you have to pay in addition to all these wages and regulations imposed already by the government, a health care plan, you're not going to start a small business. That's the problem. We have an economic illiterate as president. He doesn't know how business works. He doesn't know how jobs are created. He doesn't understand insurance. He doesn't understand or any of it. It doesn't matter to him. Society's imperfect, ladies and gentlemen, and he plans to remind you of that. And because they're imperfections, what does the statist do? Tries to exploit them. Where does he talk about the imperfections of government in this speech tonight? Nowhere. Where does he talk about the tens of trillions of dollars that our children owe the federal government as a result of our actions? Nowhere. Where does he talk about the Medicare trustees telling us that the Medicare trust fund is broke and the system's going under in this speech? Nowhere. Where does he talk about one Congress after another, Democrat, Republican, politician after politician, stealing money out of the Social Security Trust Fund? Where does he talk about it in here? Nowhere. You see, the government is perfect. The government is utopia. And if it's not perfect, we can make it more perfect. Just surrender more of your liberty, your opportunity, and your property, and we'll make it perfect. Hate the insurance companies. Hate what they do to you. Look at all these wonderful things. I've got a whole smorgasbord of things I'm going to give you. Preventive care. Pre-existing. Don't worry. You need a drug, we'll give you a drug. We'll take care of everything when you know damn well he won't and they can't. This is a man who claims to have been confused by the information he had when he rammed home that stimulus package. We didn't know how bad the economy was, he says. And even if we did, it's Bush's fault. This is a man who takes responsibility for nothing, who comprehends nothing other than his ideology. And so tonight, you are going to hear a shortened version of a Castro-like speech, trashing the private sector, choosing enemies to attack, pretending that he's above the fray, pretending that only he knows what's in the public good and the public interest, demanding that everybody come together and give him what he insists on, and all for you. All for you.